In the beginning of the movie, Trinity was confronted by police officers and agents, where she managed to defeat the officers and escape from the agents with her exceptional mystical skills. She was instructed to look for an exit telephone booth. When she reaches the telephone booth, the phone begins to ring. And as she picks up the phone, she vanishes into thin air and she wakes up from her sleep. The movie now cuts to a scene where the hacker, Neo, was sleeping. Someone was instructing him and his computer to follow the white rabbit. At that very moment, a few people knocked on his door and they invite him to join a party. And one of them has a white rabbit tattoo. On seeing this, Neo decides to join them. At the party, Trinity was waiting for him and explains that the truth he is looking for, Morpheus has the answers.
I know why you hardly sleep. Why you live.
Next day in Neo's office, Neo receives a phone call from a package he just received. And surprisingly, it was Morpheus. At that very moment, Agent Smith and his team came in search of Neo. Morpheus attempts to guide Neo to safety. Unfortunately, he was taken into custody by the agents and falsely accused by the agents of helping a terrorist, Morpheus, and asked him to give up his whereabouts. As Neo refused, agents forced a bug into his belly. And he suddenly wakes up from his sleep and realizes that it was a nightmare. Right away, Neo receives a phone call in which Morpheus invites him to meet under the bridge. Trinity and her team meet Neo and succeeds in removing the bug out of Neo's body. Eventually, Neo meets Morpheus, where he was offered two pills, a red and blue pill. Morpheus then explains that the red pill will reveal all the truth that he is seeking for, and the blue pill will let him return to his daily life, which is a simulation called the Matrix. Neo eats the red pill and wakes up to a doomsday-like world in a liquid-filled pod. Morpheus was able to locate his body and rescues him. Neo has spent his entire life asleep, and this made his muscles non-functional. Morpheus and his team help him improve his health. During this recovery period, Neo was told that a long time ago, humans invented AI, but the AI were found to be smarter and had taken over the world. In retaliation, the humans created black clouds which covered the world to stop the AI from getting their energy, which came from the sun. However, the AI adapted and instead used human heat to power themselves. Captured humans are made to believe to exist in the Matrix in 1999, while the reality could be that the current period is 2199. Amidst the war, there is one surviving human city called Zion, which was created by one person called the One, who had complete control over the Matrix. Morpheus and a team are a part of Zion, who has the skill sets to hack the Matrix. The team identifies, rescues, and trains potential humans who can fight back against the machines. Neo had to undergo a series of training with Morpheus to hone his combat skills as a preparation to fight back agents in the Matrix. During this training, Morpheus warns Neo that if he gets injured or killed in the Matrix, he may actually die in reality, as the body cannot survive without the mind. The team now enters the Matrix to meet the trusted prophet called the Oracle, who will provide advice and guidance to Neo to become the One. The Oracle advises Neo that he might not be the One, and also he might have to choose between his life and Morpheus's at some point. Before the team heads out to meet the Oracle, a crew member named Cypher compromised the mission to Agent Smith in exchange of a good life back in the Matrix. With this information, before the team could exit the Matrix, police officers and agents arrive to stop them. They have a fierce battle and manage to escape. However, Morpheus gave up himself to save Neo. During this run, Cypher gets separated from the team and got out of the Matrix before anyone else. With his evil intention, Cypher shoots Tank and Dozer and plugs out Switch and APOC. Luckily, Tank manages to regain consciousness and shoots back at Cypher and kills him on the spot. Tank brings back Trinity and Neo safely. Morpheus is being held and interrogated by Agent Smith about Zion's mainframe codes. Agent Smith explains that once he could get the location of Zion, he will be free out of the Matrix and no longer required to do the dirty job. Back in the Nebuchadnezzar, Neo, Tank, and Trinity are the remaining crew members. After contemplating for a while, they decide to rescue Morpheus. Neo and Trinity infiltrate the building in which Morpheus is being kept and steals a helicopter with a mounted minigun in which they fly to the floor where Morpheus is at and kills all the available agents. They rescue Morpheus and fly back together. They manage to find an exit in which Morpheus and Trinity successfully escape the Matrix. Before Neo could exit, however, Agent Smith shows up and he gets trapped. After an intense fight with Agent Smith, Neo is badly wounded, and before Neo could get to an exit, he finds himself surrounded by agents and gets shot multiple times by Agent Smith, who revived himself, as he is a part of the Matrix itself. Parallelly, the Nebuchadnezzar gets attacked by Sentinels, a type of machine designed to kill humans outside of the Matrix. But the crew cannot use the ship's built-in EMP, as it will disable their connection to the Matrix. During this time, Neo's heart monitor goes flatline. Trinity was left heartbroken and tells Neo that the Oracle told her that she would fall in love with the One, and she's in love with him and encourages him to get back up and fight back. After this, Neo regains his pulse and he revives in the Matrix with new abilities. At this, agents shockingly shoot all their available bullets at Neo, but he stops them midair. Neo destroys and kills Agent Smith as he was able to exit the Matrix. The team activates the EMP to get rid of the Sentinels. Neo openly challenges the machines that he will show the prisoners a world with possibilities, and he flies back to the city with his new profound abilities.